Okay, so power was already run from the house inside to this box, that junction box, to which we then installed this new junction box with dual 20 amp GFI circuit breakers, so that should anything short circuit or get wet or whatever, this will trip, preventing any fires from happening in the chicken coop. Okay, so then we ran wire the 50-foot length of the shed down the wall. And then it drilled a hole. It comes out here. That's outdoor UF wire. Buried it under the rocks, dug a ditch, ran it through, and then it comes up here, and then we feed it inside and outside the coop. Side note, there's the new Liege Fighter rooster and a speckled Sussex hen. Going inside, there's the egg hutch. You can see we've got one laying an egg right now. Okay, right here is where the power comes in to a weatherproof box. Extension cord over there to power the chicken door, which opens in the morning and lets them all out, and then after they come in at night it automatically closes. So we've got that plugged in, and that's what that weatherproof box is, so that the connection there does not get any bedding in it, which could cause a fire. Also, the connection here to the temperature controller is inside a weatherproof box, again to prevent fire. So what that controller does is, there's a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a temperature sensor hanging down over there. So it's monitoring. Right now the temperature is 38.6, and what happens is if the temperature drops below freezing, then plugged into that controller is this ceramic heat lamp, which will provide supplemental heat inside. And then also, if the temperature gets too warm, then it will turn on a fan instead to cool down the coop. So we've got heating and cooling. Another thing to note is I installed polyethylene food grade plastic all around and underneath. So this entire area is extremely easy to clean out, and because I'm doing a deep compost method, it takes, I only have to clean this out once every year and a half, so really low maintenance. And then another thing I did was I ripped down all of the boards on the side to 45 so that none of the chickens are tempted to try to roost along the sides, which they like to do. And as you can see, there's no chicken poop anywhere. It keeps the whole coop nice and clean. So pretty nice setup here. And then also I have a camera, which is useful for, like right now I'm adding three or four new chickens to the flock, and that lets me keep an eye and make sure they're not fighting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You got vents on top. These windows work. This part right here, when it's time to clean it out, I just pull this board up and I can scoop everything right into a wheelbarrow. Nice and easy. And of course I can check the temperature here as well. Again, this is the egg hutch right here, which I'm not going to open because there's one in there. And then as you can see, I've got this predator guard all the way around all four sides, so nothing can get underneath. And then all of the walls are hardware cloth. There's nothing getting through there. There's no way a fox or anything else can get in. They'll come up to the edge here, as you can see right there. They'll try to dig in and dig underneath, and there's just no way for them to get through. So okay, coming inside, we'll kind of stand back for a second just to get an overall view. We had a really bad windstorm. It tore up some of the plastic that I put up, but there's the chicken coop and run from the outside. Got the door so that it bungees, stays open if I want it to stay open. For that little cochin hen, we've got a little cage. That's a place for her to escape and hide. And then also, if I ever release some pullets, some smaller chickens, to protect them from the bigger birds. They can have a place to go ahead and hide, and there's food and water in there. That's their dust bath. There's a roost, actually several roosts, plenty for all the chickens. That's their old watering system. Here's the ramp that goes up into their automatic chicken door. And very proud of this. This is the new watering system. Again, I had weatherproof separate 20 amp line run to the outside, and then inside that box are two temperature sensitive power adapters. What happens is it senses the temperature. If it goes below freezing, then it's going to turn on a heater, which is inside this 55-gallon drum, so that'll warm up the water. Simultaneously, if it's below freezing, then that pump will come on. It's a circulation pump, and it will circulate water through that PVC pipe, preventing any of these lines from freezing. So that's the plan. It has gone below freezing. Everything turns on. Haven't had any issues so far, so hopefully it will make the winter. Also, what was happening was this roof, there was water draining down into the chicken run here, and it makes their poop get wet, and it's pretty gross smelling. So I installed this gutter system to run the water outside, so it keeps it really nice and dry here year round. Very, very nice. So that's pretty much the tour. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but there is their 100-pound thing of food. So there's the tour.